So we honor the Elven by doing long walking rituals, and we enter the big magic door Morrigan recommended.
We're being watched.
Aside from the weird clockwork-like noises upon entering the room, was the teleportation bamf sound really there? I mean, how did you know we were being watched? I thought teleportation didn't exist in this world. Or are you referring to the obvious guy standing up on the fourth floor of this weird room looking down at us?
Elven. Or at least those having our features. You bear the mark of magic, which is familiar.
Oh, hey, Mark. How's it going? Nice to see you just pop in whenever the story wants you to, like in casual conversation. How did Mr. Elfier know that us having a mark anyway, just before, like, a second ago? Did he see it glow before? Is this a common thing with the ancient elves, that the mages had green marks on their hands? So, Albatross here is a sentinel, and he wakes up only to find and protect the place. We're allowed to stop the bad guys, but then only leave. We can choose to not agree to these terms, despite having 5 archers who are set to loose their arrows directly at each of us, even giving us the option. We can deduce 2 things: that it's going to be an instant death option, or these archers don't pose a threat, which means there's absolutely zero tension right now. I'm going to shoot you with my 5 archers, or just go for it. Removing tension from a scene is, something you should never do, especially not as a result of simply having dialogue options and the audience just uses their brain for a moment. Since we like stopping Corypheus by opposing or stopping his objectives, we choose to call their bluff. Morrigan, the archaeologist, will not accept this.
No! Morrigan!
Wow, she seems more motivated than we are. That's a good and bad thing. It's good because someone in the story is finally passionate about something, and that is not exactly parallel to our plot, even though we've chosen a choice that Morrigan would have agreed with, and that was executed just fine, and we now have a concrete reason to pursue her. And it's bad because it's not us. It's not the protagonist saying no passionately. It's just a side character. Morrigan is by far more interesting than the main character, even though they both agree on the choice we made. So we're being motivated by A, stopping Cory's plot, as opposed to having our own goals, B, chasing after Morrigan and basically allowing her plot to see what she's up to, because C, we're so dramatically uninteresting. And now we get to fight some pushover elves who couldn't kill us even when they had 5 arrows trained on 5 of our heads. Make that 4. And where did this guy come from? Now it's 6 elves against 4? Well, they did do some damage and nearly brought us to a collapsing status, so I guess that's the Memorperger equivalent of game over. Anyway, we go through this massive temple where the sentinels are fighting Cory's agents, and we just end up slaughtering both. Who knows how these Red Templars got in here, which is kind of an odd occurrence considering Morrigan's suggestion to go another route. How did they get in here, or did both paths lead to the same place? Regardless, we're still fighting both parties. We then discover sub-boss number 3, dude called Samson, and he's irrelevant. His plot is insipid. It's all, Templars are being used anyway, so I'll just go for the most powerful user and the most powerful drug. Great. He's sarin without substance. Unless you account for Soylent Red, then he's disgusting and a glow toy. And if beforehand you complete a subquest, you can destroy his armor. So Samson does this spinning, moving, Link, Geralt, whatever maneuver. I mean, that's not exactly hard to dodge around, but... Oh, and then when after his men all die, he says this.
Watch your flanks!
Strangely, he grows in size and then shrinks back down. That's kind of weird. So the moral here is drugs are bad?
We can take him back to Skyhold for judgment.
Or we could just lop his head off like we've been trying to do this entire time. Who's going to watch him? I mean, we have more pressing matters to deal with here. So Albatross just runs through our scene while magical steps appear, and he's pursued by Bird Morrigan, and we talk about the well. He's going to destroy it, even though it's all he has, but all that matters to him is duty, not preserving the past. Essentially, he's a dumb watchdog. Morrigan will have none of this, and knifes him with a hidden blade. Oh look, it's an alluvion. Yay, right next to the great secret of the temple. Well, I guess the crossroads had a dark mirror, and the well here is a key to that mirror, apparently. So we have this big involved conversation about who's going to drink from the well, eager Morrigan or Mage Inquisitor. There's no stakes here. We don't know what we're doing. We don't know the risks or even what we're going to get. All we know is that Cory wants it, and you have a price to pay. So it's a big mystery with no insider clues. It really doesn't matter what you choose. We could have let the elven dude destroy this thing, and that would have accomplished our goals. To make things hopefully relevant to the protagonist, we choose him. There's a liquid explosion. He goes into some weird water dream world. We get magical red tattoos on our face that disappear, and we wake up and all the water's gone.
Maker, please, don't let it end this way.
Don't let it end like this.
This reminds me of a very memorable scene in the Lucifer comic where Michael and Samael listen to the thoughts of the Presence. It's complete with an explosion, all this water is somehow removed. The difference in that narrative, though, being we're literally dealing with the three most powerful beings in existence in some magical realm, so you can give them a little leeway on their ability and capacity to consume or at least manipulate water, aka the thoughts of God. In this scene, there's an explosion, we fall unconscious, and the magic elven water is not there anymore. And then we get up and there's plant life and grass. Okay, I don't know much about plant life, but I'm sure that we're talking a different species, and grass and weeds don't exactly live like that on a base of a tiled, submerged floor. I mean, okay, magical water that wasn't really water, sure. So before we can figure out what this magical billowing smoke energy thing is coming out of us, Cory pops up. He's not too happy. Oh, and he has the magical smoke billowing things too. Is that him doing that to us? Is it just the animator being lazy? I guess we both have a magical smoke thing going? Okay. So then he just flies to us. Why did he walk all the way through here? I mean, is this like a limited type of flight right now? Does it take a lot of energy for him? I mean, he does in fact have a dragon. Couldn't he have just flown across this entire level and just got to this point? He'd have quite a view of the place. Wouldn't be that hard to notice. The literal Well of Sorrows sitting right here. Wouldn't that have been a little faster too? I mean, I don't really get this dude. You can fly, man. You can fly also with the dragon. Can I restore some order in your brain?
The Illuvian!
Yes, that is the Illuvian. Why is it suddenly working? Did we do that? I guess. Oh, more of that magical water stuff, which isn't water, with a person in. What? And she goes through the mirror with us, it explodes, and Cory loses again. This is getting really weird. I mean, he's like an immortal loser. I think one of these days he's going to succeed, and he'll have like this character change, and he'll have his own arc. Yeah, I think Cory is the main character here, like who fails at everything, and then like one moment he'll have a victory against us, and then the writer team will realize, oh, I think we got our two main characters reversed. So we get out of the Illuvian and make it way back to our castle, which is interesting because we're exiting like we're in a rush or something. Why? Wasn't the previous Illuvian we entered just another one that entered the crossroads, and then that Illuvian was broken? Or did it connect directly to this one? That doesn't make too much sense. Like, how did that work? Because that's not how Illuvians work as far as Morrigan has already showed us. They all go to the crossroads, right? So we entered the crossroads, ran into our Skyhold Illuvian, and then we just jumped through like madmen. Why? And if that wasn't the case, and the Illuvian and the temple connected directly to this one, then shouldn't the magical watery lady be right behind us? And shouldn't we go tell our forces that are still in the Arbor Wilds to come home? What exactly just happened here? So immediately we get to the war table and it's all over. Our forces have returned and Cory and his dragon have left. The voices from the well say that if we stop the dragon, Cory's ability to be reborn can be stopped.
The dragon is not an archdemon. It's a dragon in which Corypheus has invested part of his power. Kill it, and his ability to jump to other bodies is disrupted for a time. He can be killed.
Then we can kill him proper, which is kind of weird because then you have to ask why he's bringing his dragon with him at all when it can actually mean his downfall. I mean, if you had a dragon that caused you to be immortal, you probably wouldn't be hanging that thing out in the open where it may actually die, considering we can kill dragons no problem in the wilderness. I'm just saying. Oh, and now Cory's condition has become the plot to Dragonheart minus Sean Connery.
You can't drown, you fool! You're immortal!